The night rain fell in silver sheets over the small town of Willow Creek. Streetlights flickered in the mist, and the sound of water striking rooftops echoed through empty lanes. Most people had already shut their doors, wrapped in warmth and comfort, far from the storm outside. Before continuing, please subscribe to our channel and like our video, but Emma Carter wasn't one of them. She was walking home from her late shift at the diner, tired, soaked, and just hoping her umbrella wouldn't give up in the wind. Her shoes splashed through puddles as she hurried down the narrow road leading to her small apartment at the edge of town. That's when she saw it. A small figure huddled under the streetlight, trembling, soaked, and alone. It was a dog. The poor thing looked terrified. Its fur clung to its body, and its eyes shimmered with fear. Emma's heart softened instantly. Without thinking, she crouched down, her knees pressing into the wet pavement. "Hey, buddy," she whispered gently. "It's okay. I won't hurt you," the dog whimpered, taking a cautious step forward. It was a golden retriever, or at least it used to be golden. Now, it was just a bundle of mud and misery. Emma reached into her pocket and pulled out a leftover sandwich from work. "You hungry?" she asked softly, offering a piece. The dog sniffed, hesitated, then began to eat. That was all it took. Emma couldn't just leave him there. She wrapped her coat around the shivering animal and walked home through the storm. The dog pressed close to her side. Back at her apartment, she dried him off with an old towel and set out a bowl of warm milk and bread. The dog wagged his tail weakly, his eyes full of gratitude. Emma smiled. "There you go, sweetie. You're safe now." Then she checked the collar. The tag was scratched, but still readable. Buddy, property of the Miller family, 108 Oak Ridge Lane. Emma froze. That address wasn't far, and everyone in Willow Creek knew it. The Millers were one of the richest families in town. They even owned the diner where Emma worked. She thought of Mr. Miller, the stern, busy man who barely looked at anyone. She couldn't picture him losing a dog, or caring much for one. Still, she knew what she had to do. Kindness isn't about convenience. It's about doing the right thing. She decided she'd return Buddy first thing in the morning. But that night, something strange happened. Around midnight, Emma woke to the sound of soft whining. Buddy was standing near the door, scratching at it nervously. His eyes looked desperate. "Buddy, what's wrong?" she asked. He barked once, low and sharp, then looked at her, then the door again. Maybe he needed to go outside. Emma grabbed her coat and flashlight and opened the door. Buddy ran out, but not away. He stopped a few feet ahead, looked back and wagged his tail urgently, as if asking her to follow. Uneasy but curious, she followed. Buddy led her through puddles and fog until they reached the old bridge by the river, a place few people used anymore. The rain had stopped, but thunder still rumbled in the distance. Buddy barked again, circling a spot near the railing. Emma shone her flashlight and gasped. Below, half submerged in the muddy ditch, was a car, flipped on its side. Her heart raced. Inside, through the cracked window, she saw a woman, unconscious but alive. Emma scrambled down, shouting, "Ma'am! Can you hear me?" No answer. She checked for a pulse. Faint, but there. Her phone had no signal, so she ran. All the way back to town, breathless and soaked, until she reached the gas station. "Call an ambulance," she yelled. "There's been an accident near the old bridge." By the time help arrived, dawn was breaking. They pulled the woman from the wreck, alive but weak. One of the officers looked at Buddy and said, "That dog's been here all night. Looks like he stayed to protect her." Emma's eyes widened. "You mean the woman in the car?" The officer nodded. "That's Mrs. Miller." Buddy hadn't been lost. He had been trying to get help. Later, at the hospital, Mrs. Miller regained consciousness. Her husband, Mr. Miller, stood by her side, shaken and speechless. When Emma walked in with Buddy, Mr. Miller turned to her. "You're the one who found her," he said quietly. The police told me everything, Emma nodded. Buddy led me to her. Mr. Miller knelt down, hugging Buddy tightly, tears glistening in his eyes. You saved her, he whispered. You saved my wife, for the first time. Emma saw him, not as her strict boss, but as a husband who almost lost everything. In the days that followed, the story spread through town. The diner buzzed with talk of Emma's bravery and the dog's loyalty. Even Mr. Miller walked in one morning and in front of everyone said, This young woman didn't just save my wife's life. She reminded me that kindness still exists. He placed an envelope on the counter. Her debts cleared, a bonus check and a note that read, For following a dog when others would have turned away. Emma smiled through tears. She hadn't done it for a reward, only because it was right. But the moment that touched her most came a few days later. Mrs. Miller visited the diner, holding something in her hand, a small silver tag. I had this made for you, she said, handing it to Emma. It read, For Emma, the one who listened when no one else did. From that day on, Emma often visited Buddy and the Millers. What began as a rainy night rescue turned into a lifelong friendship, built on trust, courage, and compassion. Sometimes, kindness isn't about grand gestures. It's about stopping to help, even when no one's watching, because you never know whose life you might change or save. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to Kindness Untold Story, and share it with someone who believes in compassion.